Terminator Dark Fate. I barely have anything to say about this film. This was one of the dullest, most forgettable films that I saw all year. I only saw it in October. I only saw it a couple of months ago, and I literally barely remember anything about it. I just remember just feeling nothing. And at the time, I remember thinking that I liked Terminator Genisys more than this film. I remember more about Terminator Genisys, a film that I saw 4 years ago. I remember more about that film than Terminator Dark Fate, which I saw 2 months ago. That's all I have to say. No, I can talk about it if you want to hear about it, because it's a film that I saw, and I want to review all the films that I saw this year. But I didn't really have much emotional investment in the Terminator franchise going into it. I had seen the first two, which are classics, and I'd seen Terminator Genisys. I'd seen 3 Terminator films going into Terminator Dark Fate. So I wasn't really, hyped and excited for a new Terminator film. I didn't think that it needed to exist. And this film famously flopped. Absolutely no one saw this film. And I'm glad about that, because Hollywood maybe will finally realise that reviving an old franchise isn't always the best thing to do. People sometimes just don't care. So anyway, there was some hype around this film because Linda Hamilton was coming back as Sarah Connor, and Arnold Schwarzenegger was also coming back. And that was about it. It was a new Terminator film, and James Cameron was more on board with it, and I just don't care. I'm losing interest in this review. It has a few cool moments, a few decent action scenes, but for the most part, they're just somewhat boring and forgettable. It was directed by Tim Miller, who made Deadpool, and I love Deadpool. I don't know what happened with this film. The characters were dull and forgettable. I don't remember the main character's name. It tried to be shocking in the first scene. It tried to do something to shock the audience. But all it did was, it was just confusing, and it didn't make any sense. And it was something to do with a main character that lots of people love, and I'm not sure why they made the decision that they did. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is in it, but barely, and he's not even, he's a human. It's just Arnold Schwarzenegger doing the comedic bit that he did in Terminator Terminator Genisys. But even in Terminator Genisys, he was an actual Terminator, and he did Terminator things. He barely does anything in Dark Fate. I also didn't really like Linda Hamilton. I didn't think that she was great in the film. I thought that she was just trying to do the Jamie Lee Curtis Halloween type, or, the reviving the classic character, and now she's this really cool, grizzled version of that old character that we used to love. I just didn't think it worked, and it's R-rated, and there's language in this film. It just seemed like language for the sake of language. I mean, and even the CGI isn't great. And I don't get why these Terminator films consistently have to repeat the same formula that they've been doing this whole time. I appreciate the idea that Terminator Salvation had, because it was actually set in the same continuity as the first few films. It was just set in the actual war against the machines. I want to see, if they ever decide to make another Terminator film, one, don't make them as expensive as this one was. Don't make it cost 200 million. So this was obviously going to bomb, because no one cares, and when you're putting 200 million into a Terminator film, you're just setting yourself up for failure. But also, two, set it in the war against the machines. That's the exciting stuff. I honestly don't care about another resistance freedom fighter going back in time to change the course of the future. I want to see that apocalyptic future. But that's just me. It has a few cool moments. What's her name? Mackenzie Davis, I think. I don't even remember her name. The blonde one. She plays a new Terminator. And she's good. And that's about it. There are a few cool moments, a few entertaining moments, and that's about it. It's shot well enough. It's competently put together. but I just felt nothing. So I'm gonna give Terminator Dark Fate. I don't know. Originally I was going into this review thinking I was going to give it a C plus, not C plus, a C minus, but I'm thinking more of a D plus. I don't know. I gave Gemini Man a C minus, and I preferred Gemini Man, so I'm going to give Terminator Dark Fate a D plus. I definitely wouldn't recommend this film. If you're a Terminator fan, you'll probably be disappointed. I wasn't much of a Terminator fan, and I was still disappointed. So yeah, those are my thoughts on. Not many thoughts, but yeah, those are my thoughts on Terminator Dark Fate. If you care about it, I don't know, watch this review, let me know your thoughts. I honestly don't really care much about this film. So, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do, and until the next time, goodbye.